What's going on YouTube? It's EDC Central Oregon back again with another video, and today I'm going to be going over how I carry a full-size firearm for my EDC, my everyday carry, and some of the things that you need to consider and think of before you carry a full-size firearm, or some of the reasons why you may want to carry a full-size firearm. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Magazine is empty. Pistol is clear. Safe direction. So the first thing we need to do is get us a full-size firearm. This one right here is the Glock 17 Gen 4. I have the Nightstick TWM 350. This light right here goes up to 350 lumens. That is plenty enough light for me. I have the Saili C2T optic shake weight. We have a aluminum flare magwell, something I grabbed off of eBay. I wanted to see if I even like it. I've never had one before, so I grabbed one. It wasn't much, it was pretty cost efficient, but it's been doing the job and it feels good. It doesn't feel cheaply made. I have a little bit of goon tape on it. All the slide internals are stock. I do have a extended slide release. I have Ameriglow optic height sights. That gives me a good 1/3 co-witness. Other than that, nothing else done to it. I have Glock 17 mag with a +2. So when it's all decked out, it looks just like this. I do keep this one as a spare mag, and then I keep the flush OEM Glock mag as the one that's going to be in there. So it's going to have 17, and then this one has 19. I keep the Hornady critical duty hollow points, defensive rounds. So yeah, first thing is the firearm. So why I went with the Glock 17, because of that full grip, the longer barrel, the longer slide. It does manage recoil. You're able to get that full purchase, that full master grip. I'm accurate with this gun. It's easy to shoot, easy to get on target, easy to maneuver, reload, all the different things. So I've been EDCing a compact. I've EDC'd a micro compact before, but usually stick with the compact, some compact, and then I got a couple micro compacts just to kind of throw in a pocket here and there. Fairly recently returned to the full-size firearm, and it's because I train with this firearm the most. I shoot this firearm the most. I'm the best with this firearm, and I've noticed my other firearms that I was carrying every day shot enough rounds to feel like, okay, I think I know that they're reliable, but not as much as this one. And that's number one for me. If you're going to carry a firearm, make sure it's one that you can shoot with, trust it with your life. You can get on target, you can hold on to it, and it just feels comfortable to shoot. Because if it's not comfortable to shoot and you haven't shot it much, you're not going to want to carry it every day. So you might find yourself not carrying on times that you may wish you would have carried. So the first thing is getting that firearm that you are most comfortable with and that you train the most with. The next thing is the holster. You need a good holster. I've been in the world of, cheap holsters. Although my everyday carry holster for my Smith & Wesson 4.5 Shield is $40 off of Amazon. It's been doing its thing, holding up very well. There was a couple times where the screws kind of walked itself out, put some blue Loctite on it, screwed it down real tight, and haven't had that issue since. I've had that holster for some years now. Now that I am upping it with the weapons light full size, I went ahead and went with the Safariland Incog X. This is a beautiful, beautiful holster. Really comfortable. It makes everything just sit right. Appendix. We have the wing on it, the 2 clips. We got the mag carrier. It's real comfortable. Codera material. It's like feels kind of like a suede material back here. I am considering getting a pad right here just to add to that comfortability. This thing, retention is for both the magazine and the firearm, and it comes out real smooth and goes right in. So I love this holster. Same thing with the magazine. You know, whenever you need to do speed reload, it just comes right out, but it keeps that retention. You can adjust the height of your ride. It comes with multiple of these wings that you can have smaller ones. You can stack them so that way it pushes even more. Whatever you need to do, you can kind of mess with it. You can raise the magazine up higher if you want it. You can drop it lower so it's more concealed. However you want to adjust this, you can really adjust it. A good holster is going to really do the job. Right here is to adjust the retention of the magazine, and then on the back is to adjust the retention of the holster. The third item that should be the number one item, and people should consider this way more than they do, or way more than I see on everyday carry videos where people are featuring a firearm, is the everyday carry belt. So as you hear, this has that ratcheting system, so when you tighten it, you can hear it's not going anywhere until you hit this button to adjust it. So this is important because when you got it on, you can tighten up in place, keeps it still. When you get into the car, you sit down, you can literally just tap this thing and just adjust it a couple notches so that way it's more comfortable. You stand up, get back in place, get back secure. This is the core essential. I don't know if I already said that. And this is the 1.75, and I've had this belt for years, and it's just very high quality, very sturdy, comfortable. I got this belt buckle here so I can still wear like my work clothes and different things like that, and it doesn't look like any super tactical. I guess if you look close and you see kind of like that Fedora, is that Fedora? I don't know. You see that material, then you might, if you know, then you know. I do want to get like a leather, brown, black, just to kind of switch it up. So that way, it kind of looks more just like a normal belt. That is super important to get you a good belt because it keeps everything in place, everything still, not moving around when you're moving around, keeps it set. Really love this belt. And then lastly, another thing to consider is your clothing. Of course, when you're carrying a full-size firearm, you're going to print if you're wearing small clothing. It's going to be less comfortable than a very small gun, so you got to kind of adjust to it. You got pants that got a little bit of stretch to them, maybe even size up 1 or 2 sizes, so that way you can have that room when you need to buckle down on the belt and then loosen up. You have actual room to loosen up. Wearing more, not necessarily oversized clothing or oversized shirts, more loose clothing. At least down here, I do see shirts where you can still have like the upper kind of fit on you, and then it comes down and it's still loose around the waistline. I don't really need to do all that. I wear graphic tees and just regular t-shirts that are just kind of XL and a little bit oversized anyway, so we don't really consider like the pants or anything. The pants can determine if your EDC is going to be more comfortable or not, and I'm sure you noticed it with just any gun, whether you have a subcompact, compact, different pants, even with the same belt, different different pants just feel different when you are carrying. It's weird. You got to consider that. So those are things that you need to consider if you are going to carry a full-size firearm, especially something like this, Glock 17. But for me, I highly recommend carrying a full-size firearm. They're easier to shoot. They're easier to hold on to handle, get shots on target, especially when you train with it. Of course, any gun you can pretty much be easy to shoot, easy to handle, but you already know the smaller the gun, the bigger the snap, bite, kick, whatever you want to call it, it's going to pop up, and it's just going to take that much more time to get those follow-up shots. Full size, it's science, bro. You're going to get follow-up shots quicker on a full-size firearm. I'm not saying that you can't carry a subcompact, compact, whatever. Glock 43X is like the most popular for everyday carry. Do you like shooting it? Probably not. Will you shoot and train with it? If you take concealed carry seriously, yes, you will. That's just my little spiel on you know, full size carry and some things to consider. Let me know down in the comments what you everyday carry. Did I hit all the things? Did I miss some things that you should consider before carrying a full-size firearm? Please let me know. I love to have you know, new knowledge on different things and different things that I should consider that maybe I didn't think of. Like, comment, and subscribe, and like always, see you on the next one.